This is Dave the Diver and this is Moonlighter. These two games have different concepts, but they are still quite the same. The first thing they compare in are the activities you can be doing in the game. Moonlighter has dungeon crawling and Dave the Diver has diving for the fish. These activities are also known as main activities. This means that both games also have a second activity, which isn't that important, but it is quite fun to do. Moonlighter has the Moonlighter. Here you sell items you can find in the dungeons. And in Dave the Diver you have Bancho sushi. Here you can sell all the fish you catch during your dive. Both the games have a period where the shop is open and a period where the shop is closed. An obvious comparison to be made is that both the games are pixelated. I don't know why, but it makes a really amazing game when it's pixelated. Look at Bloody Hell and Dunkreed for example. Moonlighter and Dave the Diver essentially have the same goal. The goal of the unknown. However, in Moonlighter the goal is a bit more clearer than in Dave the Diver, where the goal is whatever task you get by others. This might be very far-fetched, but I think the shop of Cobra and the town in Moonlighter are pretty alike. Both give you something in return for money, but if you really narrow it down, Cobra's shop is a bit like the wooden hat, because you can buy potions here that you can only use during your run. I imagine it also works together with the iDiver app where you can upgrade your equipment, but I think that resembles the wooden hat's enchantment section more. Vulcan's Force would also compare to the weapon boxes you can find during your run, but I think that's rather a difficult comparison. An easier one would be the weapon boxes and the cargo boxes compared to the skeletons you can find in Moonlighter. Another thing we can compare are the potions from Moonlighter to the portable oxygen tanks. Both give you a certain amount of health in the game. If we go inside the sushi bar in Dave the Diver and look at what we're doing, we can't really compare it to Moonlighter. However, there's one thing they both have, and that is special customer request. Here you get a little bit of extra money for what they request. It's not a very useful feature, but it's fun to have on the site. We must also of course look at the NPCs. I love the NPCs in Moonlighter, but the NPCs in Dave the Diver are amazing as well. Our main character Dave of course compares to Will, you know, because they are both main characters. Next up we have a little bit of a far-fetched comparison. Cobra and Zenon. They compare because they are both very old. Another comparison would be Dr. Bacon to the Hawker. The Hawker travels around the world a lot and Dr. Bacon does so as well? Maybe? I don't know. He just looks like the adventurous type. Further, there are not really any more characters to compare, but I like that in a game. It gives off a unique vibe. Well, we have one more, but I think that's a very far-fetched comparison. Not just a little bit, but really far-fetched. I think Bancho compares a little bit to the Assistant. Just because they are both assistants. I love both these games. Even if they compare a lot, both games are unique, so they're really good to play. Hope you enjoyed this week's video. Thank you for watching. To share my love for these chill indie games, I have made videos on both these games. So click here or click here.